What is up, my friend? Donnie Baker here with the LPR Sound Foundation. Today, I got 7 tips that can help you get into any studio as an intern. If you're ready to go talk about this, let's go. This is the time of year when a studio owner such as myself, I get tons of resumes, phone calls. People just do random searches and they search for studios in their neighborhood and they call me or they send me a resume and they want to be an intern. They want to be an assistant. Some have, they're already established. They want to be engineers. They're asking me if I'm hired. Cool. But this is the time of year when I get a lot of students that are finishing up school, or they might just be out for the summer and they're asking for a summer internship. Yes. Let me share with you some tips. I've got 7 tips that I'm gonna share with you today that can pretty much guarantee that you get put above the stack of resumes that I get. You're gonna be put on top. You might even get a phone call from me. If I see this stuff in a resume and I'm like, damn, this guy, this girl, they know what's up. They know what I'm looking for. They know how to do it. They know how to tell me what I wanna hear. So this is what I want to go through today. Let's do it real quick. All right, I don't want to hold you too long today. So I'm going to make this downloadable for you. I'll put a link right here. I'm going to put it up right now. I'll go ahead and throw it up there for you. Don't leave just yet. I'm going to talk to you about it. But go to learnprorecording.com/intern and download that list for you. There's actually a bonus one in there too. Today we're going to talk about 7 tips. Tip number one, do your research. Do your research. Yeah, look around your neighborhood. Don't try to find a studio that you got to drive 3 hours to get to. No, you don't want that, because as an intern, I might call you in and go, hey, can you come over this afternoon? I got a gig that just came up and I need your help. So no, make it in your neighborhood. So do a little research, okay? Don't just send a bunch of resumes to all these random studios in your town. Okay, this is Los Angeles, bro. We got a lot of studios in this town. Don't just do a blanket email to everybody. And if you do that, make sure that you blind carbon copy. I don't want to see that you sent your resume to 14 other studios. You know, they're my competitors, bro. Don't do that. No, I'm just kidding. No, don't do that. Make it personal. Okay? Find a studio that's close to you. And do your research. Do a little bit of research into the studio itself. Like, what kind of gear do they have? What kind of projects do they work on? If you're a hip hop guy, don't go to an indie rock studio and, don't do that. Find a hip hop studio. If you're an indie rock guy, don't go to a hip hop studio. That's not, stay within your genre. Try to stay within your genre. Now, a studio is a studio. Like this studio, we have 3 different rooms and we work on different projects in different rooms. Different rooms are set up for different. This is my mix room. We got a big tracking room in the back. We have a smaller production room right here on the other side of this wall. So we got, we're not that genre specific. Although we are more rock drums, live drums oriented. Yeah, we work on hip hop, of course, but that's not our focus. There are studios that simply focus on that. So do your research, direct your email to the person or persons that need your email. The studio manager, the studio owner. Put my name on it. Man, I'm on the website. You go to the studio website, there I am, studio owner. Yeah, if I get an email that says, it directs it directly to me. Hello, Mr. Baker, or hello, Donnie, I'd love to work at your studio. That shows me that you went and did a little research. Maybe find some clients that we've worked with. Oh, I know that client, I see that you worked with so-and-so. I have actually seen that person I've actually met that person. We worked together on a project over here at this other studio. Oh, I see that you have this piece of gear in your rack. Bro, that's actually my favorite compressor. I have used that compressor on pretty much all the mixes I've ever done. Show me that you've done a little bit of research, okay? So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, double check your spelling and grammar. Bro, you're a college student. Look, double check your spelling and your grammar. If I get to it, I know it's a minor, I know it's tiny. I know it's a minor detail, bro. But if I get to if I'm looking on your email, on your resume, right? And you're doing it like you start off your cover letter with, yo, I want to work in your studio. No, bruh. No, you're not working here. Double check your grammar. Double check your spelling. If you misspell, yeah, dude, we got spell check all over Google. How can you miss that? You know, have you heard of ChatGPT? Double check. Make sure that your spelling and grammar is correct. And don't send it like you're sending a text to your friend that you want to go out and get hamburgers with. You know, I'll be the best. Like the example I have here is like I'll be the best intern forever, and they use the number 4. This actually happened. You know, when you see signs on a thing and it says don't jump, you know, don't climb over this railing. There's a reason that sign's there, because somebody actually crawled over that railing. Just saying, you know. So yeah, some of y'all might remember the record plant in Hollywood. It's gone now, but the record plant back, dude, when I first started, man, in the 80s and 1990s. Y'all remember back in the 1900s? That's funny. No, dude, the record plant was renowned for their interns. Rose Manchurny ran the record plant. She was the manager there. Bro, everybody wanted to be an intern there. I was on the list. I never made it, but I was on the list. Bro, those interns had button-up shirts with their name embroidered on it. Those guys were the stuff, man. I tell you what, they were world famous. All right, so tip number 2 is double check, triple check your grammar and your spelling. Tip number 3, include a cover letter. Don't just send a random resume with nothing on it. Say, hey, Mr. Baker, I see that you manage ES Audio in Los Angeles. I'd love to work there as an intern. Would you happen to have an internship available for the summer? Include a cover letter, okay? That's it, man. These tips are going to help you stand out as an applicant. Like I said earlier, we get tons of resumes pretty much I get a couple of resumes every day. But during this time of year, we get a ton. So you got to stand out, man. You know, and don't put on your resume that stuff like you want a spelling bee in 6th grade. No, not that I don't care. We can talk about that stuff later around the water cooler while you're working here. But don't make that part of your resume. Be kind of specific in your resume. Let me know why you want to work here. You know, in your cover letter. Let me know why you want to work here. Okay? And tip number 4. Remember what grandma said, squeaky wheel get the grease. Make some noise, be squeaky. In other words, do a follow-up call. Send your resume. 2 or 3 days later, call me. Say, hey, Mr. Baker at ES Audio, did you get my resume? Just checking to make sure that you received it. Wondering if you needed anything extra, if you had any questions. Squeaky wheel get the grease. Be squeaky. I want to work with the guy that doesn't leave me alone. That's the guy then, because what that does is it shows me that you want to do this. You're not just doing it for the grade at your school. You want to legit really want to work in a studio. So you call me 3 times. I'm like, fine, come over for an interview. Let's do it. So squeaky wheel get the grease. My grandma that said that? I don't think so. I think that's a global grandma thing that has to happen. Keep that in mind. Tip number 5. Okay, so you got an interview. What now? What do you do? How do you approach it? How do you come in? Be professional. First of all, be on time. Very important, okay? And then don't show up like you're going to the club right after. You're going to the beach right after, man. Be professional. Yeah, you don't come in a suit and tie. This isn't this is not that kind of interview, okay? But, I mean, you see, I'm wearing a branded t-shirt today. Shout out to my boys over at Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Just kidding. No, look, don't come dressed like you're going to the beach in the shorts and the flip-flops and the hat, you know, and be semi-professional, you know, come in like you want to work here, you know, and that's the thing too. Everybody loves cologne. Some of us don't. Don't just, you know, sprit before you come in the door. Some of us are kind of sensitive to scent. We don't want it. We don't need it. It might be great for the club, but not in this instance because, and here's another tip, here's a bonus tip for you. If you become an engineer and you're working in a tiny little, like this room is maybe, I don't know, what, 110 square feet? It's tiny. You get 4 or 5 people in here and one person is wearing a cologne or they haven't showered in a minute and they're offending the other 4 people in the room, it's going to be uncomfortable for the 4-hour session that they booked. You as an engineer should be aware of this. Don't douse on the cologne before you come into a session. Okay? It's like if you go to a restaurant, man, and your server comes over and they're like just doused with a cologne that doesn't agree with you. I don't want to be there. I don't want that. I'm very sensitive to that kind of stuff. So I myself am sensitive to it. Some people aren't. Some people love it. It's just be aware of that, okay? And don't. In this environment, we kind of we kind of have this. We kind of are susceptible to smoking a blunt before we come into a session. Somebody might enjoy that. Some of us enjoy that. Don't be the guy that puts the blunt out on the way in the door. Don't come in here high. Don't come in here like you just drank a gallon of Everclear. Dude, if you y'all don't even want to mess with Everclear. There's just that. Don't even think about it. But don't do that. Don't come to the interview drunk. Don't come stoned. Okay. Enough said on that. You're gonna download the publication. You'll see what I'm talking about in there. Tip number 6. So you got the gig as the intern. Now what? Now what do? Woohoo! You got the interview. It actually says it right there. Woo! Be on time. When you're scheduled as an intern, I am kind of expecting you to be here when I need you here. There's a reason we have schedules for interns. Try to be on time. There's a saying, and it's in the publication, but I'm gonna say it to you right now so you don't forget it, because you should say this to yourself all the damn time. If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, you're fired. You'll read that again when you download this publication, and it's true, okay? If I hire you as an engineer, and I have a client sitting here waiting to come in and start their session, and the engineer's not here because he's late. Seriously? I think I won't be calling you again. So there's that. Be on time. For instance, here in Los Angeles, we're kind of known for traffic. I don't know about where you live, where your town, your city. We're kind of known to have traffic here. So you can't use that as an excuse. You know there's traffic in Los Angeles. Leave early. Again, another reason to not find a studio that's a 45-minute, 60-minute drive from your house. Don't do that. Find one that's closer. So you don't have to deal with traffic. Bro, I live 1 mile from here. My commute is 3 minutes on a bicycle. I mean, seriously, we have traffic. Just try to avoid the traffic. Tip number 7. Important, very important. Make yourself valuable and irreplaceable. Honestly, this is how I got this gig. I worked in a studio. I made myself valuable and irreplaceable. I was like the guy that knew everything about everything. I studied, I understood the patch bays. I understood the signal flow from one point to another. I understood the equipment. I came from a live music background, a live touring. I was a live touring audio engineer for 15 years. So I understand signal flow. I also understand the importance of knowing signal flow quickly. So that was one thing that made me irreplaceable. But I kind of was able to, I'm not above painting or cleaning a toilet or going to the store to get coffee. I'm not above any of that. Okay, yeah, I understand I'm an engineer and I understand that, but that toilet needs scrubbing. I'm going to take care of it. Okay? So make yourself irreplaceable and super valuable. Don't be afraid to do whatever it takes to get the job done. I'll go ahead and give you the bonus tip. Bonus tip. There's this one guy. There's 2 interns. One intern just doesn't want to do much. He just wants to sit in. He wants to work on his own stuff. He wants to bring his own stuff and work on it here. He doesn't want to contribute. Doesn't want to go grab the the vacuum and take care of the common hallways with the vacuum, or sweep up, or scrub the toilet. He doesn't want to do that. All right. He just wants to work on his own stuff. So he feels entitled, like, oh, I'm a big, student at the college around the corner and I need an internship from us. Yeah, don't be that guy, bro. I need the guy or the girl who wants to do whatever it takes to get the gig. Whatever it takes. Again, going back to making yourself valuable and irreplaceable. There you go. Again, I'm gonna throw this up there one more time. Go download this publication. It's right here. It's how to get into any studio as an intern. And go to learnprorecording.com/intern. 100% free. Gonna help you out. If you do have any questions, comments, or concerns, shoot me an email, info@learnpro. I don't think you can see that real well because of my shirt. info@learnprorecording.com. Shoot me an email if you got any questions, comments, or concerns. And if you're interested in more things on how to get started and all that stuff, I'll post a video right here from a couple weeks ago. Do this first, the fastest way to start gaining experience as an audio engineer. We'll see you next time. Donnie B, I'm out.